It's beautiful. It's comfortable. I'm wearing them right now.
What side of history do you want to be on, man? Unless he knew to catch the bullet.
I'm nervous. I can't even look straight at the camera.
Welcome to the 2A PROCAST, all you naughty, nasty, tactical little termites out there. Today's 2A PROCAST episode is going to be a unique treat because I'm going to preface what we're going to talk about before we even talk about it so you know what to expect throughout your journey.
That sounds
and
stupid.
in order so you can fast forward about the shit you don't care about. We're going to start off with Chanclas de la Muerte. Chancla. But we're not going there yet.
Oh.
Settle down. And
I was so excited.
that is the new sandals from the Sandalorian himself. Tried, tested, and true. What else we got going down in this three-horse town?
Dude, so many things.
Okay.
People want to fight me.
People want to fight us.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
there's two. It's us, isn't it?
I don't know if his little buddy wants to fight.
Oh, I want to fight his little buddy.
Little
They s-
buddy?
they said
you got
we-
a fight invitation.
He said we.
That's
he said
true.
we. He said we are
did
going to
say
fight
we.
you.
He did say we.
Okay. Well, that's basically.
He said we are down to fight.
we are down to fight.
Yeah.
We means more than one.
Oh, little buddy, you got dragged into this.
You got dragged into this. The poor little fellow was just sitting there minding
Yeah.
his own business. We're going to get to this in a second. It's interesting. You guys are going to want to hear this.
It's a fight offer.
Oh, it's a fight. He's basically already on the fight card, and his buddy signed him up for it. All right.
That sucks to suck, dude.
That sucks to suck, dude.
Guilty by association is what
Here
we
we
call
go.
that one. Continue.
We are then going to get into, obviously, Trump's assassination attempt.
Everyone and their mother is talking about it.
Because we got to talk about it with our own little opinions.
That's because we have to stay in the trends.
We got to stay in the trends.
That's how this works.
We're going to dabble in Trump's RNC speech a little bit, and then I'm
dabble.
also going to talk about how the people inside of Biden's orbit are calling for him to step down. If you guys haven't seen that one yet, that is fucking hilarious, but also dangerous because I really want Biden just to run because at this point it's a slam dunk. So then the last thing that we're going to get into, which is juicy and creamy.
Is it Juicy J?
It is a deep dive into our high point versus staccato versus MMP 2.0 with an SRO and MMP 2.0 with a Predator V4 like standoff. And our hypothesis is, does better equipment make you a better shooter? Or does training make you a better shooter? I think we all know the fucking answer to that, but we have like actual data that we spent a lot of time not only getting, but then even more time digging into and analyzing to give you guys a very clear and concise answer of our analytics. So we will be getting deep into analytics today. So if you guys want to do some analytics, then stick around till the end. Yeah.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. I think also on here,
Yes.
you can screenshot this and put it up on the screen. I'm not lying when he said, "What would you like to talk about today?" Here was the list of things I wanted to talk about: Trump assassination attempt, Trump's RNC speech, sensual seduction, the
No,
AR fight,
reduction.
the deep dive, the chunkless, and then gay sex was the very last thing on this list.
Yeah.
So
That's really just a
if we have time, we'll get to gay sex and sensual seduction.
That part's just really to weed out people who can't take a fucking joke.
Yeah. So if there's anybody here in the Botkin tribe, they've already vomited and said, I can't handle this gay sex talk. I'm out of here.
Gay sex.
And that was the gay sex portion.
And that
of
was
it.
the gay sex.
All right,
Thanks
cool.
for sticking around.
I was going to tell you guys, get into the 2A Pro Discord. The link is down in the description because there's some chicanery and debauchery, but there's been some divisiveness in there lately.
Yeah, people just need to learn how to chill. That's the biggest fuck. Hey, guys, I got something for you. Come here. Come on in. I got something to say. We all have opinions and we're all wrong. That's great. Cool. Happy we settled that.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
funny is like in the channel, there was this big debate on like, it was about homosexuality.
Yeah.
Like big debate inside of the Discord. And everybody's like, some people are like, they're all fags. And some other people are like, hey, you can't call them fags. You got to be really, and I'm not listen, you're entitled to your opinion one way or the other. If you think that people are in there gay bashing and you take offense to it, absolutely speak up. You've got every fucking right to. If on the other end of it, your religious views don't say that, gay is cool, whatever, then you've got every right to voice your opinion about it. I find this incredibly funny, though. This is the funniest part of it.
Me.
I haven't changed my screen name since Pride Month, and I changed my name to Jake is a gay fag. So I commented, hey guys, let's all just get along. And so it's either way, it's going to piss both of them off.
So it says Jake is a gay fag at everyone. Let's just get along.
Let's just get along. I was like, oh shit, I never changed my name. So anyway, just so you guys know, it was just super ironic because I'm like, man, that's going to piss both of them off.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's that. There's the 2A Pro business course.
That's running.
That is
live.
running, which is fucking live, and people are making literally tens of thousands of dollars right now selling 2A equipment and supporting the Second Amendment all at the same time. And if you want to do that too, if your dream was to get the fuck out of your job that you're in right now because
or your
marriage sucks and you're not making money, or your marriage, or just genuinely want to completely leave your wife and children behind and go live in Thailand where you can make money drop shipping anywhere. That's not what the course is about. I'm just kidding. It just sounds like a douchebag thing to say.
Vicious. You're like, honey,
I'm out
I'm
of here.
going to go get a Thai mail order wife.
Well, it'd be a mail order ladyboy.
That's right.
But yeah, dude, if you guys want to go out and make money in the Second Amendment, it's fucking cool. These guys are in there. They're crushing it. They're making that dough.
Specifically sourdough.
And specifically sourdough. And I'm in there helping. You're in there helping.
Yeah.
The entire Tacticon team's in there helping.
It's pretty sweet.
And people are building beautiful things. The link is down in the description at team.2apro.com/enroll.
Yep.
Now on to the show.
Yeah, so Chanclas de la Muertes. Hi, guys.
Chanclas de la Muerte.
So these released yesterday, because you're watching this today. So these released yesterday, unless you're watching this not of the day that it released yesterday. But these are my brand new sandal. All leather variant. It's beautiful. It's comfortable. I'm wearing them right now. Good luck. They might be gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you only had 200 units of these, and we've already sold like 1/3 of them.
Yeah.
So, no, it's a beautiful thing. And the most creative thing about this, not only do you get the sugar skull down here with Chanclas de la Muerte, and
vemos en el infierno.
It's nos vemos en el infierno, which is Spanish for whale's vagina. See, yeah.
Oh, yeah, whale's vagina.
That's San Diego.
Yeah, no.
My bad. It is this little guy right here. If you're looking at this on the camera as I'm speaking, this is what we call the cyanide round.
That's right.
'Tis the last round that you may be able to acquire or possess when being taken over by
whatever it may be.
Whatever it may be. I don't know. Probably the invasion from the southern border, or
that's quite possible.
A Russian invasion, or a North Korean invasion, or an invasion from your own government. Get scared, guys. Get really scared and buy the sandals.
These will save you.
It will save your life.
From everything. Guaranteed. Money not back.
Yeah, here's your money not back guarantee, actually. That we money not back guarantee that the second you put these sandals on, you will actually also be able to do backflips, varials, and insane fucking firearm tricks like Nolan can.
Have you read the Have you read the copy that I put on it?
No.
Here.
No. You're talking about on the actual listing itself?
Yeah, the description.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. Here. And I think we'd be remiss to say that this was not without being in. If you're like, hey, Tacticon doesn't know how to make fucking sandals, these sandals are going to suck. False.
Well, yeah, big
this
false.
was a collaboration between us and Combat Flip Flops.
Beautiful bastards.
The beautiful bastards over there at Combat Flip Flops. They know how to make a tactical sandal.
They know how to make a fucking flop, dude.
They do. They flip and they flop. Nolan flips. Let me see. Read this.
Just go ahead and read that to everyone.
The description on the Chanclas says, introducing the Tacticon Armament X combat flip-flops. Why X?
That's like collaboration.
Oh, the collaboration. Yeah. Nice. I didn't know that. Is that what kids are saying these days?
That's what the kids are saying these days.
Limited Chanclas de la Muerte. The next step in flop technology, built a 9mm bullet holder for last stand situations because no one said I have enough ammo. Custom sugar skull, CDLM heel stamp, and hood ornament. Beautiful leather for the utmost comfort and durability. Great to look great, feel great, and make you perform even better in everything you do in life. Girls will talk to you. Bullets not included. Caution! Can cause uncontrollable backflips or flocks of women to desire your feet. Stat boosts. Dexterity plus 10. Cool plus 100. Strength plus 5. Skill plus 69. Sex appeal plus infinity. Buy them now. Did you like my voice, dude?
Yeah, it was great.
I've always wanted.
So proud of you.
I've always felt like I had a face for radio. So
You do.
Okay.
If the sandals are sold out by the time you head there, you can't get this shirt.
Chanclas de la Muerte shirt. Nos vemos en el infierno.
It's pretty lit. I'm pretty pumped about it.
The other, on the bottom of the flops, you'll find it says
Combat flip flop.
El gato es en la biblioteca porque el gato es muy inteligente. Muchos libros por el gato.
See.
That translates to the cat is in the library. The cat is very smart.
Estudios. Anyways.
Okay, so now that that's out of the way.
Now the cat's out of the bag.
Ooh, I see what we did there. What's next on our agenda?
Did you say you wanted to talk about the 500 fight?
So Nolan and I were just minding our own business.
Technically, were we minding our?
We were minding our own business.
That's fair.
Just making footage. And then, as per the last episode, which all you got to do is go back and watch it, Lucas, body too hottie with a naughty body, decided that he was going to skip leg day for the 800th time and make a video podcast about kind of gatekeeping in the firearm community. Well, we have called him out on multiple occasions, basically saying, listen, man, if you want to get in the ring, let's do this. Let's throw some hands, dude. We're here, you know? Yeah. But he didn't want to get on the fight card.
He
hasn't
think
responded.
I'm that degenerate and sinful.
Yeah.
Let's do solve it.
It's okay. Yeah. You can win. God's got your back. So we made a stand against it and started talking about it.
We just said, hey, the 2A's for everyone. Shut up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The 2A is not just for not gay people. The 2A is for fucking everyone.
The 2A is not for just people that you decide who it's for.
Right. He's like, listen, if you're gay, the 2A is not for you. Listen.
It's paraphrasing, but yes.
Paraphrasing. But if you're having a good time with the Second Amendment and you're making jokes, the 2A is not for you.
If you're not part of my ideological movement, might not be for you.
Quiverful. So here's the beefy cheese here. Armored Republic decided they were going to take a stance on one side or the other.
I respect
and it. Yeah, and I respect the fact that they took a stance and they didn't stay quiet. I do.
Yeah.
But as
Speak
they
your mind.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
That's what we do.
But as Indiana Jones
famously said,
well, Indiana Jones didn't say it, but one of the what?
No, pretty sure he did.
What?
Pretty sure he did.
He did. You're such a dick. Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade, as he was fighting to find his way to the Holy Grail, and the Knights of the Templar grabbed the chalice as the wrong guy picked up the wrong chalice, and
the Nazi
picked up the wrong chalice and drank it. He said,
poorly.
And we'll clip it in here, you chose poorly.
You chose poorly.
Because he did, man. That was, what side of history do you want to be on, man? Anyway, they came out swinging.
They released a little, like a live stream podcast thing.
Yeah, and I found that to be muy hilarioso. For one, because we were talking about it. We watched a little bit of it, and it was interesting. They called us out and wanted to get down and fight. They said, basically, we're here to fight. Send us a DM on Insta. Now, they said this on Twitter. Was it Twitter?
I called them out for calling me out.
You called them out on Twitter. They responded on Twitter, and they said, send us a DM on Instagram, which I found kind of strange because we
DM us on Twitter.
We weren't on Instagram at that time, but fair enough. And then when we went back to check that message to show somebody, it was
gone.
It was gone.
But then they responded again, which was very strange.
They removed it, and then they responded again.
But what was really funny is it was poor timing on the way they kind of like addressed the fight, because first he starts out by talking about me getting naked and filming a video naked. And then he's like, if you want to fight, I'm down to fight. And it's just like, that's a little weird that after immediately talking about me naked, you wanted to fight.
You wanted to wrestle around with me
you
in a
wanted to
cage.
give a little wrestle. Hey, I'm not judging.
Now that I've seen that body, do you mind if we get down to our knickers and get real sweaty?
Can we wrestle?
So that's that. If you don't know who Armored Republic is, you're not missing it. I'm just kidding. If you don't know who Armored Republic is, they are the it's AR-500 armor. Those are the guys previously known as artist formerly known as Prince. There was a dude that started the company.
Must be terribly awkward on paper. Artist formerly known as Prince.
So they did like kind of pioneer like the steel armor game back when Tyler owned it. There was a previous owner of the company. Dude's name was Tyler. Did a great job like bringing armor to civilians. I've got nothing bad to say about them or that company in that current period of time. They were inspiration for a lot of people to start their own armor companies. It was cool. He made a lot of content. Yeah. He seemed like a pretty genuine dude. Then they sold to a like hardcore kind of religious zealot who has then since been promoting his ideology within the Second Amendment space, which is fine. You're allowed to do that. Yeah. You're allowed to have a company.
Absolutely.
You are absolutely 100% allowed to have a company that has a foundation of religion behind it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is what I think it did was it ostracized. I think they've been losing market share quite a bit because it was not a hardcore religious-based company prior to that, and they ostracized a lot of the base that they already had.
Possible.
That is my own personal opinion on it, and just from what I've seen of their numbers. But hey, you do you, boo. And if you ever want any insight on how to run a business appropriately, you're more than welcome to hop into the 2A Pro course where we should.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, man, we want to fight you. That'd be cool.
No, we can't talk about that. So I'm going to clip out exactly what you just said right there because we're working on it, and it's going to be a little special surprise. And once we get everything lined up, that's when we're going to drop it.
Cool.
Yeah.
But we can't announce details?
Not yet.
Oh.
Not yet until we get it lined up.
We got to start getting people at least hyped up for it, though.
We're planning something, and it's going to be glorious.
Does his friend not want to fight? Is that the other? That was the other funny thing is like the one dude in there called us out, and he's like, "We're gonna fight you," and you saw the other dude's face go.
It kind of looks like
you got a mouse in your pocket because I don't know. Like,
I don't think he does. I don't think he does. To be honest with you, I don't think that guy wants to fight.
And then he was like, "Yeah, man, like he's got the most." He's been doing some of the most the most dangerous martial art on the planet, and it's Muay Thai.
Mr. Muay Thai.
And Mr. Muay Thai.
It was kind of awkward because he's like
the guy that was actually doing the Muay Thai, looked down like, come on, man, shut the fuck up. That's not true.
Well, what's funny is he was like, yeah, when you spar, you're like beating the crap out of each other, and like if when you fight, it's like you break your hand or your head or something, and it's just like, what are you saying?
Even the guy that was next to him was like, what are you saying?
He was like, I don't know if you should be saying things like this.
Yeah. Can we link to them though? Can we like shoot a link down in the description over to their video?
Yeah, why not?
So we're gonna send you guys a link to their podcast so that you can watch them like talk a bunch of poo about us.
Yeah.
And
starts at minute 13.
Yeah, starts at minute 13.
Yeah,
there it is. Yeah. Feel free to leave some comments down there too. I'm sure they would enjoy that. They'll get a little kick out of that.
A little kick.
All right. What else do we got going down?
What do you want to jump into first?
T-Rump? Is that where we're going?
Yeah, let's start talking about Trump.
The assassination?
Attempt.
Assassination?
Yes.
They did assassinate his ear.
Just part of his ear.
Part of his ear.
Part of his ear. Thank God, because as we know, the 5.56 bullet is known to obliterate anything it hits.
Indeed.
He's lucky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The second it hits something, it takes a turn and starts tumbling.
And immediately
eviscerates everything in its
within a
path.
100-mile radius.
Yeah.
What's crazy to me is there's the grassy knoll like 2.0 is hitting so hard right now. Like it's so hard right now.
It is.
Like I saw this one thing and it was like, do you see the water tower? There's someone on the water tower. The shooter was definitely from the water tower, not. And it's just like, and I'm just like looking at it, right? And I'm like, isn't the water tower like back here and the shooter was like over here?
Yeah.
It's just all fucked up. And they're like, you see it? You see it? And it's like, no.
Yeah,
That's
I've
the
seen-
shadow from
I
the
know.
water tower.
I know. I've seen so many other. Well, here's the most recent one was just a few minutes ago. You met the gentleman Drew that came in.
Yes.
Drew brought up to me when we were over in the gun shop that he said something about. He said, "Did you see?" He's like, now he wasn't validating this. He was like, "Just have you seen the reports?" Is what he was saying. Have you seen the reports about the photo that New York Times reporter took? It was the photo of the bullet behind his head.
Maybe.
You haven't seen it. If you guys haven't seen it, we'll put it up on screen here. There's a photo of the bullet right as it passed through Trump's ear, and then you can see the trail behind the bullet.
Interesting.
Right? So you can see the bullet. This dude took a legitimate, like a crazy fucking photo of this round. It is interesting. It is interesting. And if anybody were to take and snap a shot that was that definitive and that timely, it would be this guy. This guy's like a Pulitzer Prize winning fucking photographer. Whatever.
Luck is on his side.
Luck is indeed on his side.
Yeah.
However, I guess the thing now is, did you notice that the trajectory of that bullet was straight, yet the shooter was from an elevated position?
So all I have to say on that is I don't believe that he caught the bullet. I'm just going to say that. My own personal opinion from being into cameras and into photography.
I found that very hard to believe.
I'm just not.
How did you catch the bullet? Yeah.
Like, even if you're shooting at like 1/200th of a second,
Yep.
like the chances of that are so slim, and even catching the trail is just like.
Unless he knew to catch the bullet.
Do you think it was timed?
I think it was timed.
It had to be timed. Like shooter.
Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Beep. Shooter ready? So anyway.
Oh no, I'm staring at my phone. I'm nervous.
Nolan's on his phone right now. He must be nervous.
I'm nervous. I can't even look straight at the camera.
So the bullet in the photo is straight. What wasn't straight is Nolan, obviously, and then also where this guy sits on top of a roof, right?
Lays.
So what?
Lays.
Dies and dies.
Died.
Now, but the thing is, that roof was 15 feet high. He was 150 yards away. At one point, Trump is on a stage. He's also 6'4". At what point does that bullet start leveling off?
Right, like how high was the stage? Because from the picture down, it looks like the stage is. That was far away. I'm sorry. From the picture where he's like pumping his fist.
Yeah.
There's a video because the guy was wearing a GoPro at the time. It looks like the stage is like 6 to 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
With Trump being 6'4".
Yeah.
So 6 plus 6 equals 12.
Right.
15-foot roof.
Right, and the shooter's on a 15-foot roof. Okay. Right, I think
Math
we're all
kind of maths there a little bit.
Kinda, yeah.
That's about 2 foot difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's 150 yards away. Things kind of start to level out
And
after that
also,
point.
isn't the guy who took the photo of the bullet supposedly going through his ear at an elevation as well?
Yeah, he was
So
down.
then that would equate to why it looks like the bullet is going straight.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Angles.
to all of you, yeah.
That's how angles work.
It's geometry, boys.
I love it. Angry Cops, Rich from Angry Cops, he posted on the do you see the water tower thing? He was like, God damn it, stop making boomers even more retarded than they already are. It's so good, dude.
Yeah.
But like, what's crazy is the amount of misinformation going around right now. So there's a page on Twitter who just trolls. His name is Dennis.
Okay.
And he trolls. And this is what Dennis does. And he posted a picture of a trans individual on 4chan, and it lit up like wildfire.
Yeah.
And then it's made its rounds everywhere.
Okay.
And people have been saying, this is why they don't want to share a photo of the shooter. And it's not, apparently, from what I understand, it was just a complete troll. It's a random person that looks somewhat similar.
Oh, was it?
But this is the state of the internet that we're in.
Fucking awesome.
That's why
everybody thinks it was the shooter dressing up as like a trans dude.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And so like this is the state of the internet that we're in, guys. Like just because you see it and just because somebody says it doesn't mean shit. I know a lot of you know that already, but it's good to reinforce that just because it looks like it doesn't mean it is. I'm not even real.
No.
I'm a figment of your imagination.
Yeah, I agree. There was something else came out of 4chan, and it was
So many things have come out of 4chan.
I know. Yeah, I forget what it was, but it was something to do with the one of the it says that the Secret Service guy that was there he wanted to protect his anonymity, so that he went on 4chan and he posted like,
oh yeah, that they told them to stand down or something.
Yeah. He was like, hey, they told us to stand down.
It's like, guys, never believe an anonymous post.
Yeah, that could literally be anybody.
It could be me. It was probably me. It was me.
Some 28-year-old man in his fucking underwear in his mom's basement. AKA Nolan.
Me.
Is like down there posting in 4chan, being like, hey guys, I'm the Secret Service agent. I'm pretty sure that those Secret Service agents that were part of that entire fiasco
aren't posting on fucking 4chan.
Not posting on 4chan, and their plate's probably pretty fucking full right now based on what they've just went through.
Also, the NSA exists.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're monitoring everything they're fucking doing right now. So.
100%.
Yeah, so let's just get away from the fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you've got any like semblance of fucking evidence, post it, link to it. I'd be happy to check it out.
And it's not a 4chan link.
Yeah, if it's not a 4chan link, if you can actually like give some attribution to the source, that'd be great. So,
oh god,
yeah,
it's just wild. How do you feel? How do you feel currently about the people who have been talking about they're like, we missed? How do you feel about that? And then how do you feel about them losing their jobs? Because people have been messaging their employers and saying, hey, is this your employee?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Did you know any about this?
No.
Okay,
me.
so for those who don't know, and for Jacob Dines.
Yeah.
So
I've seen the we missed things, but I didn't know anything beyond that.
There's been a big wave of people who have been saying, like, we missed. Damn it. I wish
hashtag we missed.
Yep, yeah. I wish he got hit. Next time he'll,
next time
we'll get him, shit like that. And so
make convertibles great again.
Right. And then there are people who have been taking these tweets or these posts, going onto their profile, finding where they work, and then messaging their employer and being like, hey, this is your employee.
Talking about the execution.
Yeah.
Of the president.
Talking about we missed.
Yeah.
And these people have been getting fired. And there's currently been there's been a questionable stance in the Second Amendment kind of space, which is like, should this, I don't want to say Second Amendment space, but just online space in general. And they're like, should we support this? Should this be okay? My personal opinion?
Yeah, tell me.
Words have consequences whether you type them or say them with your mouth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So if you put something on the internet and somebody else says, I'm going to go get you fired, well, you wrote your own fucking you wrote your own final check.
That's kind of how I feel about it.
That's the way I feel about it.
It's like you don't have to say everything that comes to your mind.
No.
Fun fact, I don't say a lot of things that come to my mind, and you can't penalize me for it because you don't know what I'm saying.
No.
That's the cool thing about just shutting up.
Yeah. Yep. That's very true. So, and the other thing too is this, right? If somebody is democratically elected into an office or democratically elected to be the candidate for a particular position, elimination of them via assassination is completely uncalled for. I think we can fucking agree on that because that takes all the relevance and all the substance and all the foundation out of democracy. So whether it's fucking him or Biden or somebody that I really, really, really don't like Biden or like, I mean,
or somebody I hate, like Biden.
So if in fact there is an opportunity for, let's say, for me to push a little red button and have something bad happen to Biden, I would say no. Let democracy fucking take its course.
Let our system take its course.
Let the system, let democracy, let the votes fucking take its course because that's what this is about. So yeah, I'm sorry, dude, but those comments about we fucking missed. No, dude.
Of poor taste.
Yeah, it's of poor taste. Are you allowed to say it? 100%.
Would I say it if this happened to Biden? You don't know because I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, you don't know because you're just going to have to wonder.
You'll just have to wonder because I'm not an idiot and saying things online.
Now, what would I be thinking? You can only imagine.
Well, you'll just have to wonder.
But you'll just have to wonder, but you can only imagine.
That's what shutting up is called.
So
it's amazing what people can't convict you for when you just don't say anything.
That is the truth.
Right. Truth.
So I will say that the action afterwards was, now there was a couple things I wanted to address. One, There was a female Secret Service agent.
Oh my God.
Did you see this?
Holy fucking. Yes, I saw this, dude.
Did you see all of the...
It immediately let me know that I was a candidate for the Secret Service.
Yeah, dude. So if you haven't seen it, we'll try to find a photo.
Oh, I can find it.
Yeah, we'll slap her up right here.
Dude.
This very brave woman.
She's
who
so
is
brave.
Going to be so strong, so brave.
It's hilarious
It's gonna
because
be-
like the entire internet was just immediately DEI hire.
Dude,
But to be fair,
affirmative action.
you are 100% a DEI hire.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Straight up. This was, she was in position, cowering, protecting her own life when her only job was to protect the life of the president.
Did you see that she couldn't even get her fucking gun back in the holster?
I did not see that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, dude. She has her gun, right?
Yes.
She's got it out and she's all. And then she goes.
Jesus
She can't get it back in. And then there's another video of her at the hospital.
Yeah.
When they arrive at the hospital, and she still can't get her gun in the fucking holster. You can't make this shit up, dude. And so, like, ladies, I love you. We have different gifts. I don't want you protecting me from bullets. First off, that makes me feel like a bitch. Secondly,
Yeah. Why would I want, and if we're just talking about the general foundation of masculinity here, I don't want a woman jumping on a fucking grenade for me.
no.
Period.
No.
No.
Give men what they ultimately desire more than anything in the world.
The opportunity
A
to
glorious death.
or a glory hole.
Same.
Same. But different.
But different.
But different. But that is, it really is.
Should
like
that be
dying,
our next shirt?
Yeah.
Glorious death, glory hole.
Glory.
Same, but different.
It's it really is it's the ultimate. There's that quote that I know and love, the quote that we will be getting
Friendship tattoos?
friendship tattoos that I've always wanted to get tattooed on the old body. It's just a variant of it, if you will. Quote goes a little like this: "My only regret is that I have but one life to give for my country." The quote variant of that is that I am throwing on probably all the way across my chest is going to be, "My only regret is that I have but one life to give for my freedom." And so that is, I think, intrinsically in every man's wish, that is, if we were to die, please allow it to be with some pride and allow it to be with some purpose.
Right.
And hopefully in the name of something bigger than us.
Right. I think
So-
I can speak for the majority of males, and there are some that are not like this, and that's okay. That's what diversity is. That's what people being different means.
That's what San Francisco is for. Move
That's
there.
right.
Yes.
But ever since I was young, and most of my friends and most of the people that I have associated with that are male growing up throughout my life, that's kind of been just like an innate desire to, it's not necessarily to die, but it is like at the end to go out in some glorious fashion.
Of course.
That is deserving of death,
Yes.
which is
No better
metal.
way to. Yeah, it is. It is the fundamental of
Right.
metal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at the Vikings. They base their whole culture around it. They're like, how can I die in battle?
I think that'd really be like the way to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the way to go would be like if
As
like,
long as you're not crying holding your asshole.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you, if you were like, now the quick question, if you were terminally ill,
Yeah.
right, guaranteed 1 year to live, guaranteed, would you? And there was a just cause going around the world, right? Let's call it Ukraine v. Russia. Let's call it Israel v. Hamas, right? Would you go out there and freedom fight to the death? On either of those two conflicts, if you had 1 year to live, would you like take the first 6 months, spend it with the wife, and then boom?
No, I'd probably just hunt down predators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about
Yeah.
too. I was thinking,
Just because war at this point in the human timeline is so wonky.
Yeah.
There's so much gray. There is no black and white anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's no like clear communist army to fight.
Yeah.
Right? You know, that we're currently at war with.
yeah.
So I'd probably just hunt down predators.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sexual predators.
with a tomahawk.
Pedos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So minor attractive persons?
Same thing.
Same. So I thought a lot about, I was thinking to myself, like, you see dudes go out.
I don't
and-
see dudes.
You
I'm
don't?
straight. I only see women.
So
Fucking queer.
that means you see me as a woman, and that makes you queer. You see what I did there?
Yeah. Wow, I didn't think about it.
I know. Damn. That's right.
I got to
Little
call
mindfuck.
off this marriage thing.
So check this out.
Checking.
I see dudes, even like dudes that do like righteous killings. You know what I mean?
You mean like jihad?
No,
Oh.
more like Plongé.
Oh, Plauché. Yeah.
That was a Plauché, the dude that defended his the honor.
Leon Gary Plauché.
Leon Gary Plauché. Now I understand that man, you know, the dude that diddled his kid, and it was somebody that captured the daughter, right?
No, it was, I believe it was a martial arts instructor.
It was a martial arts instructor.
Yeah.
Was diddling his son.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that dude was about to get locked up for a long time. But if you think about it like this, right? Like, can you, if you were to do something valiant, something Dexter-ish, have you seen Dexter? Okay. Like killing with a purpose, right? And getting out there and doing it, you would think that one would wait until the end of life, right? You would train your whole life for it. You'd wait until you were like 70, 75 years old, maybe have a few good years left.
Right.
If you had to spend the rest of your life in prison, what does that look like? Maybe a 5-year sentence. And then you would go out and start pedo hunting.
Right.
In fact, at every retirement age, I think everybody,
65.
65?
Yeah.
65, 70.
That's in America where retirement
I think
hits.
there should be a standard. I think we should band together. That at the age of like 75 to 80 years old, I think we should all band together and say, look, we don't have a whole lot of time left. If I were to be caught and convicted of this, I would only have to spend a few years in prison.
I want at least one scalp before you lay down and die.
Right. Yeah. You'd think that there would be a little bit of kind of like, do you remember the DC shooter back in the day?
Yeah.
He was taking people out at, but he was doing it on a random basis, innocent people, and it was totally uncalled for. But
So he was the one shooting from the back of his van, right?
Yes, it was
So
the back
he
of a van.
took
It was the back of a Cadillac, I thought it was. Was it
Oh,
a van?
yeah, no, it was the back of the
It was
car,
like the
but he
trunk of the
took
car.
out the taillight.
If that were to be done to the right individuals, those who, like pedophiles, people who should not be walking this earth, right?
Right.
And
People
done
who maliciously hurt others for their own sadistic gain.
Exactly. I would say that if we had just a slew of 75 to 80-year-old savages running around
65 to 80.
65 to 80?
Yeah.
65 to 80-year-old savages running around doing the Lord's work with the right paperwork.
Right.
The right paperwork.
Right.
You got to get their papers.
License
you got
to
to make
kill.
sure. No, well, what I mean is like
I
you
get
got
what
to
you're
get their papers. You got to make sure they were tried, convicted, and let out.
Right.
Right. And still kind of cruising around. I think that would be ideal.
Yeah.
And I think if only there was a map of where they all lived.
Allegedly.
There could be
There could be.
little red dots
Allegedly.
all over a map. Allegedly. I'm just saying, when you get into your golden years, something to think about.
Just make sure that it wasn't. Just look into the case files and make sure it wasn't someone just like pissing in a parking lot.
Like horrible bosses.
Yeah.
He was like, I was urinating in a park at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Yeah. This has to be real.
That does happen here and there.
It does. There and here. Yeah.
But
so,
no, that brings up a funny little story I have. Back when I was living up in Reading there, in the Seawood, I was getting gas and
Cottonwood?
Cottonwood
Always up to no good?
Gas prices were rising, right?
Okay.
They were on the high. I think they were in Cottonwood at the time from being like an all-time low of like $2. They were back up to like $5. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. And so I heard these old dudes complaining.
Yeah.
And they were like, I just can't believe the economy right now. This is all so ridiculous. Do you see these gas prices? Old man bullshit to each other.
Yeah.
And I was filling up, and I thought to myself, I have the rest of my life to live. These
Right.
guys don't. And so I looked over at him. I said, hey, guys, you look like you're going to die anyways. Do you want to go solve the problem in Washington?
Fucking Christ.
I was like, do you guys really have much to live for anyways? I was like, you could leave a good fucking,
Leave a nice little mark.
yeah, I was like,
Little legacy.
I was like, you could leave a better legacy for your grandkids.
Yeah. And me.
Yeah, and me right now.
Are you inciting?
You don't know what I'm asking for. Because
He didn't explicitly say
I
it.
didn't explicitly say it.
Right.
I could just be asking for them to be really angry and just talk to people.
That's exactly what he was referring to. I could see it in his eyes.
He knows my eyes well. He stares into them frequently.
I could feel it in his thighs.
I can see it in your eyes.
So, one thing I will say, okay, female.
Say what you need to say.
The secret
that's
security
right, we're
agent
talking about
cowering. Cowering down, not being able to reholster the firearm.
Oh my
so
God.
all good things. All good things. We are the same, right? Equal rights. Equal rights, yes. Equal opportunities, yes. Not one-sided opportunity. Fuck affirmative action. Fuck all the bullshit.
Listen,
Earn it. Deserve it.
Yeah.
Get it.
Listen.
Right? Period.
if I need someone to swing a sledgehammer for 8 hours a day, I'm going to get the really big, strong man. I'm not going to hire the 110-pound female or the 230-pound female who can't reholster her gun.
Okay.
Why? Physiology,
Physiology.
biology, right? Simple understandings. You get it.
Right.
We get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Equal opportunity? Yes. Equal rights? Yes. You should have the equal opportunity to get that job.
Absolutely.
To swing that sledgehammer for 8 hours a day.
You have to prove it.
But it makes no sense, and an employer should not be forced to have to hire you when there is a clearly better option.
Right. Yeah. And it's the same as, look, there's that whole thing, women in combat or women not in combat, right?
Yeah.
It's like, do you allow a woman who wants to go serve her country to be in a combat MOS? The answer should be, what are the standards? And regardless of your gender, you would allow that.
Right.
Right? In my opinion. And it's gonna ruffle some feathers.
Can you keep up with the boys?
Can you keep up with them? Now, that does introduce this psychological dynamic on the battlefield.
Right.
That is, if she has a non-life-threatening injury and dude number one over here has a life-threatening injury, is the medic going to treat the female first? Because that is our intuition.
Right.
Right? It is our
protect
intuition
females.
to protect females.
Yeah.
And so that may cause a problem is, sexual,
Whatever it
just
may
genuine,
be.
like rape, things like
Right.
that. Is that going to be an issue when you segment one female amongst 50 males in a combat zone that is completely disassociated with, anything else, the UCMJ, chain of command, leadership, garrison environment? Is it going to cause issues in the field? Now, those are the things I cannot answer.
Right.
But from what I want to do is take this question, psychology aside, the psychology of the battlefield aside. Should women be allowed to serve in a combat MOS? The answer for me is yes, so long as the standards don't change.
What if we have an all-female combat MOS?
Ooh. All female platoons?
Yeah, dude, why not?
Whew.
Makes sense to me.
That'd be interesting.
Why not?
Yeah. They would be going to fucking work 1 week a month. You know that. You want to talk, dude? You want to talk about them fucking some shit up for 1 week a month? They would
Because they would all get on the same cycle.
They would all get on the same side because that's
and
what happens.
shit would pop off.
They do. There's this interesting thing about it was straight from
Science?
science. It was straight from science. It was who's the guy? The fucking guy. He's a psychologist. He's Oliver Peterson. Peterson talks about women getting on the same cycle and then the alpha female. And the reason why
Keep talking. I think I need to take this.
Yeah, I'm going to stop talking then.
1 minute later.
Indeed, I will.
Yep. Sorry about that, Dines. My mechanic was letting me know my AC is fixed.
Okay, indeed. Well, back at it then.
Back at it again.
So what I was making reference to was, and again, I'm going to totally botch this, but there was something along these lines that anthropologically, going back, way back, and in the tribal, from the initial tribal days of the old school humanoids, women's cycles would tend to sync up because when the alpha was ready to breed, the alpha female with the alpha male would be ready to breed and do the thing inside of that community to reproduce offspring. And if other women were on a cycle or menstruating at different times, then it would increase the likelihood of that pheromonal attraction between her and the males.
Interesting.
And so they typically, like, from what I remember, and again, this was just a blurb that I heard, and I think it was from Peterson. I can't even be sure of that. So take this all with a fucking grain of salt. But that was like the anthropological reason why the females, there was sinking of females. The actual study was done in 1791, the same year that the Second Amendment was ratified, actually. It was called the McClintock effect. And so...
you're not fucking with me.
I'm not fucking with you.
Wow.
The study was done in 1791. It was called the McClintock effect. They've since tried to like disprove it and say that the cycle was not, that women's cycles
Don't
also... they may not sync perfectly, but there is evidence of some syncing, like a 2/3 syncing effect where like 2/3 of them will sync, but 1/3 would actually end up diverging from their normal cycle, even if it previously synced. So there's like this big debate in the science industry about it. Anyway...
Women are crazy.
Women are crazy.
Women are crazy.
So,
I don't understand how that works.
So the whole point of that
Yes.
is a female combat element of whom all women's cycles would sync. And here is a fun fact, because there were females in combat not in combat MOSs, but there were females in a combat environment.
Right.
And as spoken and as heard firsthand from multiple females that have deployed, like all of them did not menstruate like in the first 3 or 4 months of being there. Some of them...
Because of the stress?
Some of them not even in the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
They never had a menstrual cycle the entire time they were deployed because of the stress.
Right.
It's like your body knows, not time to have a baby.
Yep,
right?
gotta crank this shit down.
Got to crank it down.
Yeah.
We're not in an environment where this needs to happen. It's interesting how the body works and how mental... the mentality, like your stress, can affect the rest of your body. How
like
stress,
I'm at war.
Yeah, how stress can take years off your life. How stress can prevent life from happening,
Right.
like strictly by blocking that menstrual cycle and saying, not this month. Nope, not next month either. You're still here, right?
It's almost like we should stop stressing.
Right. And the women that do continue to get those menstrual cycles, I mean, to me, those are the toughest motherfuckers out there, because you just landed in a combat zone and your body was like, yeah, we're good. We can have a kid out here.
Fuck it. I'm golden, dude.
I'm golden.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
But I think that would be interesting. Kind of an interesting, like, all female leadership.
That would be
all
very
female,
interesting.
like an all female battalion of combat. Like, what would that look like?
I can
That
tell
would
you
be-
right now. I can tell you right now that the jokes would be rough.
Dude, I can imagine. I mean, if I were a combat reporter, that'd be the first place I'd want to be,
Oh, absolutely.
because it wouldn't come back on CNN.
Ladies, wait.
That would be an
I need
amazing.
to thoroughly study your unit.
This would be an amazing thing to film, right? Because the reporting would not go back to CNN or Fox News or any of the major media outlets. That entire filming segment that you've done, when you cut that up, when you edit it, it would go on Bravo. No doubt about it.
That's a good point.
Yeah. It'd be like the Real Housewives of Afghanistan. Just fucking...
The real combat MOS of Afghanistan.
the real combat chicks of Afghanistan.
There you go.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real combat wives. That's what it would be.
The
Not
real
housewives.
combat wives.
The real combat wives of
But
Afghanistan.
what if they're not wives? So
I don't know. The real combat labias of...
there we go. Solved it.
Yes.
25 seconds. Solved it.
Solved the problem.
Solved it.
Where are we right now? What is happening?
I think
Are
we're
we-
talking about the DNC.
RNC.
RNC.
We were going to go into the RNC.
Right.
That's where I was going to
there's
go
an
into.
DNC and there's
I
an
will say
RNC.
one more thing about the assassination attempt. It was
Assassination.
that famous photo, the stand-up, the fight.
Dude,
There couldn't have been, listen to me,
Absolutely
like,
savage.
love him or hate him or whatever you want to say about him. Like, even my liberal wife said that
goes hard.
goes hard.
So-
She's like, that is going to go down as like she's like,
That's
I mean, she
the
looked at
thing.
me and she was like, the Republicans won the election.
So,
I was
did
like-
you see?
I mean, if you stand up after getting hit by a bullet, even like trying
grazed.
to grazed,
Right.
trying to break away from Secret Service just to get your fucking fist up. Fight.
So did you see?
Come on,
Did you
dude.
see Zuckerberg's interview?
No.
And he was like, "Listen, I'm going to do the same thing that I have continuously done, and not endorse either of the candidates."
Okay, except your platform was okay. All right.
No. I completely agree on that. But I do want to play a little bit of devil's advocate. All right. I don't like Mark Zuckerberg, okay? Let's start there. He's an alien. But how much of it was the little fuckers running around inside of Meta that were censoring,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Just throwing that out there.
You're the CEO, homie. You are responsible.
Is he the CEO? Look at Twitter. That before Musk bought it, the FBI was basically running that website.
Yeah. Okay.
Just throw that out there. Again, I still don't like Mark Zuckerberg.
Yep.
But he did say, he was like, I'm not going to endorse either one of the candidates, but he's like, that was pretty intense.
Yeah.
He's like, Trump getting up there and pumping his fist in the air after getting shot. He's like, that was pretty freaking cool. And it is, man.
It's fucking
That's
next
so
level.
fucking metal.
It is. That was next level.
That's
Yeah. I mean, you can imagine 99% of fucking men would have probably tried crawling away off stage thinking there were bullets that flew out. Here's the other thing that was very impressive. I don't know if it was just sheer stupidity or if it was patriotism or if it was just bravery.
Yeah.
Call it what you want. Here is the fact, though, is that bullets were being shot.
yeah.
Knowing what we know about mass shootings, get the fuck out of there, get to someplace safe, get out of the way of the bullet, and people stood there.
Yep.
They just straight up stood there. And as they were standing there, they were attempting to identify the fucking shooter. They were trying to find where the bullets were coming from, and they were not moving from where they were.
Dude, I know.
And before they even knew that the shooter was neutralized, they were standing up and chanting and giving their, opinion boisterously. So I'm just saying,
I love
bravery, stupidity. Sometimes those two things are the exact same fucking thing. That is pretty fucking metal that people in the fucking stands were doing the exact same
Dude,
thing.
I got to be honest with you. Like, hearkening back to like the disinformation stuff, I love the people that are Now, I could be completely wrong. There could be way more to this than meets the eye.
Sure.
I'm sure there probably is. But I love the people that are digging so hard and they'll like pick out a random person from the crowd. And they're like, look at how they reacted. But to be fair, there are some weird reactions. Like bullets start going off and then like you'll just see some people just be like,
You know what I never understood?
huh.
Okay, so did you see any of the interviews from the people that were in the stands afterwards?
Not
Did you
too
watch?
many.
So I watched probably a dozen of them. And it was just people like, so what is the number one thing everybody says when this is why we need more education into the Second Amendment. We need more education around firearms training and what firearms sound like. Because anytime anybody is interviewed at any fucking event ever where shots are being fired, what do they say?
I don't know. Hit me.
No, come on, dude. You've seen it. I want you to answer this question.
Can you give me a little hint?
Yeah, here's the hint. I was just standing there and it sounded like
Just sounded like a couple of cracks. Yeah, or
firecrackers.
firecrackers.
They all
Yeah.
say the same fucking thing
Yes,
across
that's
every.
because you don't hear the boom right away. You hear just the sound barrier,
Yeah,
guys.
it just sounds like
little couple
I just
of
thought
firecrackers.
there was some firecrackers going off.
Nobody's
I'm
throwing firecrackers.
like, okay,
How often in your day-to-day life have you heard just random firecrackers go off?
that's what I'm saying.
Dude, I hear somebody
Why don't-
close the fucking bin to the
and
the dumpster too
I
loud.
hear gunshots.
And I'm like,
yes,
the fuck just shot a 9mm.
yes. That's exactly what I think. If I hear a door fucking slam, I'm like, that was a gun.
Yeah.
If somebody
a car
came in and-
backfires, I'm out on my porch. I'm like, who did it?
if CNN showed up at my fucking doorstep and said, hey, there was this loud sound coming from inside your office. It was a door slamming. But what did you think was happening when it happened? I would say, go get some other news outlet to interview me. Okay, and then
Your fake news.
Fox News would show up and they would say, so the door slammed. What did you hear? I would say, like, inevitably, I would always say, I thought it was a fucking gunshot. I thought it was a gunshot. The fact that there are gunshots amidst, there is in no time in any situation that I have ever been in, whether it is like actually being around gunshots or being in a fucking crowd, if something loud happens, I assume, there's the assumption that is probably a gunshot.
Dude,
why don't you just assume it's a fucking gunshot? And then if it isn't, then, oh, I thought it was a gunshot. Ended up being a firework.
Dude, when there's more than like 10 to 20 people amassed in one place and I hear a loud bang, I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
Who's shooting?
Right. But none of these motherfuckers said that. They were like, it just sounded like firecrackers. Who's carrying around firecrackers? Especially firecrackers at the place where the would-be president, who's very much not liked by a lot of people.
Right.
That was the first thought?
Yeah.
Fucking
Firecrackers.
Firecrackers?
Firecrackers.
Someone's lighting off some firecrackers?
Yeah. You heard some firecrackers and then the president dropped to the ground. Firecrackers.
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 I just think that's, anyway.
Yeah.
I've always thought that was ridiculous.
I think it's interesting with the water tower argument.
Yeah.
With people being like, oh, the water tower, you see the water tower? Because there's a video clip of a lady going, the one of the snipers went and shot over at the water tower. I don't think one of the snipers shot at the water tower.
No.
But that is the like only other elevated position nearby.
Yeah.
So that would make sense to check it.
Yeah. Did you know there were? I don't think they were secret security. I think they were. I believe they were local PD. There was a local PD sniper team was inside of the building that the shooter was on. Did you know that?
No.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
They were inside. I believe it was the local PD sniper element.
Did you see this?
Was inside. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Maybe it was the FBI then. There it is. Dude, what were you doing?
Dude. Well, I've got a video on my phone of people going, hey, there's a guy on the roof.
Oh, yeah.
So like,
yeah,
it
people
is,
were climbing on the roof. They saw the dude. There's this big thing about how Secret Service saw him and was apparently not given the bandwidth, green light to actually execute the dude before he made it up.
I think Mad Minute Tacticians said it perfectly well, which was there are only two possibilities in this case.
Okay.
One, absolute total gross negligence and everybody should be fucking fired.
Yes.
Two, it was a deliberate attempt on the president's life and there were people involved.
Right. Either way.
Those are like the only two options.
Right. And for the director of the Secret Service not to step down is fucking insane.
That's pretty, yeah.
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 That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, look, did a bad job.
Yo, dog.
Yo.
Yo.
Oh, I'm out of here.
You're also hiring
Yeah,
a chick that
fucking
can't
failed.
reholster her firearm.
A director, though. This is the director of the Secret. I was talking about the. Oh, I see what you're saying. Those two people are not the same. I get what you're saying. You're hiring a chick. I got
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
You're hiring someone who can't holster their firearm.
Right. Or protect the president when need be, and instead covers her own head and attempts to protect herself.
I'm okay if you cower. Okay, that's a natural human response to not want to die.
Not when you are there to protect
No, absolutely.
the president-elect.
You're terrible at your job.
Yeah,
You should at least be able to holster your firearm.
You jump on the fucking grenade, bitch. Like, get out of whatever mentality that you have of your own self-protection. You are there to take a bullet for the
We
president.
need more shoulder holster Uzis is what we need. What was that when Reagan was almost assassinated?
Yep.
The Secret Service pulled out a fucking Uzi. Yeah. So I'm waiting to use this.
Where did that come from?
Surprise.
Did you hear any other reports about a shot going into Trump's chest?
No.
You didn't see that?
No.
There was a student.
He would be dead.
That's what I was saying. So there's a student in the 2A Pro course. He will remain anonymous because it was a private conversation between him and I. But he did say, he sent me over a picture and it had a hole, what looked to be a hole or a mark on Trump's suit.
Okay.
Right? And he said, did you know that he was also shot in the chest? And I said, no. How can you confirm this? And he said, well, if you look at this picture, he was clearly, he clearly took one to the chest. right? I don't know, and I don't know enough about it to speak on it. What I'm saying right now is this is something that I've heard from one individual who showed me something that did appear to be something of maybe a bullet hole. But I am not spreading this information. What I'm asking for is more information. If you guys can guide me to it and link to it down in the comments,
I want to say something.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Okay.
So 2 things.
Okay.
Or multiple things. I can't just stick to 2. 1, he's like 80.
Trump?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's old.
Yeah.
If he took a bullet to the chest, he's dying.
Right. No, I'm saying he possibly wearing armor.
So there's my second point. 2,
Okay.
this is goddamn Trump. Are you telling me
He didn't
that
say
motherfucking Trump didn't the next day go on stage and go, the attempt of my life, okay? Shot me in the ear, shot me in the chest too. Couldn't get me there because I had armor on. Bet you tried to. Shot me in the chest, took it like a man. All you got was a little piece of my ear.
Right.
2 shots I took for the country.
Right.
You're telling me that Donald J. Trump
wouldn't
be
announce.
fucking bragging right now?
Right. So that's exactly, I didn't know enough about it. I kind of tried to look into it, couldn't really find a whole lot of anything on it. But then after I heard his speech at the RNC, which is a nice little segue into this, I realized that exact thought that you just had was the exact thought that crossed my mind. I was like, this is the point where we will all find out if he actually was shot in the chest. Because if he was,
he would be bragging.
He would be telling us all
100%.
about it.
Because the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I want to address the speech. I thought the RNC went incredibly well the entire time, right? Everybody got up. Everybody stood in solidarity with the Republican Party and with the United States of America. There was a lot of patriotism in it. One thing that I have also noticed, just kind of like, if we're talking about politics here, which we are, you're talking about right and left. We, as a Republican Party, I feel there is so much more patriotism involved in the Republican Party than there would ever be in the Democratic Party. There's always there is a love for country, a love for God and country, something that is just not expressed ad nauseum like it is, like it should be with the Democratic Party. So I've just noticed that is the disconnect. I feel like if I were to be on the campaign trail with the Democrats, I'd be like, hey, show a little bit more love for freedom, for your Constitution, for your founding fathers, for your country. Maybe even, I know, separation of church and state. I don't know. God? Fuck. I don't know. Might help you out a little bit. But instead of that, there's this almost kind of like, they just oftentimes are quiet about it. There's just not a ton of you just don't see people showing up like with red, white, and blue t-shirts at the DNC.
Good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
However, now that's the good. Here's the bad. There's a lot of bad. Now I'm going to piss a lot of people off here. And this is where we're going to go. Get ready to get mad, guys.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm already mad.
It was, in my opinion, look, Hulk Hogan has no business getting up at the RNC and giving a fucking speech. That's
joke.
It's no.
That's what I'm saying. That's a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
That is who fucking cares?
Some coked out has-been wrestler. I love you, Hulk Hogan.
What do you have to do with any?
But like,
Trump multiple times he talked about Kid Rock probably more than he talked about the deceased firefighter who was killed in the line of in the crossfire of that fucking event. Now he talked about the I'm not saying that he left the guy out. That firefighter was absolutely, he was mourned during it. There was a moment of silence several times throughout the RNC, and I completely appreciate that. But the fact that, like, what does Kid Rock and Hulk Hogan and any of these fucking guys have anything to do
with the Republican Party?
With the Republican Party, other than the fact that they are Republican, other than the fact that, like, there's just, to me, there's no reason for it. Now, there's nothing against Hulk Hogan, nothing against Kid Rock. Fuck, dude. If you're about freedom and you're about the Constitution, then I'm about you.
I'm a cowboy, baby is a pretty fucking
But why would
song.
you take the most valuable fucking time with the entire world watching? This is what I'm talking about with Trump. This is the shit that pisses me off. Two wings of the same bird, not stoked about this shit. You're going to get up in front of the entire world. The whole world, especially after the assassination attempt, is going to be watching the RNC to see what you say. And you're paying homage to Kid Rock.
Stupid. That's dumb.
He must be making so much money. I don't know how much money he has, but probably so much money. He gives these rallies. 35,000, 40,000 people show up to his rallies. They're called concerts, not rallies. First of all. Second of all.
Kid Rock.
What?
He's got the best concerts. What can I say?
Kid Rock, great guy.
Great guy. Really love that guy. One of the greatest guys.
He begins.
Really good guy.
He begins talking about the assassination attempt.
I love the way Trump talks.
I know.
I'm sorry. I love it so much.
I do too. It's quite entertaining. He goes. He started off as, let me tell you about what I went through during the assassination. The suns were out, the birds were chirping, the skies were blue. Many people were cheering my name.
So many people.
So many people. Wildly.
Just like get to the point, dude.
Wildly cheering my name in the crowd.
So many beautiful people cheering.
He said, I'll fast forward a little bit, and then he goes, when the round came by my ear, there was blood, there was so much blood. And the brave Secret Service men, absolutely, brave, I'm agreeing with all this, pounced on me to protect me. And there were bullets flying over them. There were bullets everywhere. They were flying by, and there was so much blood.
So much blood.
I believe there were 3 bullets. Was there?
Was that
the count?
Like 3 or something, yeah.
Yeah, count. There were so many bullets flying. There was 3.
I mean, to be fair, 3 bullets is a lot of bullets to have flying at you.
I would not want 3 bullets flying
I don't
at me.
even want 1 bullet to fly at me.
But here's where I started to cringe a little bit. And I'm assuming anybody with half a fucking brain is doing the same thing. Okay?
No, dude, Trump said it.
Let's just get real here for a second and just be fucking honest. When you start talking about this event and then you start talking about there is so much blood, more blood pours. I don't know if you knew this, but there was so much blood coming. If you didn't know this, the ear is one of the most blood-producing places. It is the bloodiest place that you could possibly get blood from. Blood comes from the ear more than any other part of the body. When I asked the doctor why there was so much blood from the ear, he said, that's the way it is. It is the bloodiest part of the body. More blood will come from the ear than anywhere else. I don't know if you knew this, but we all learned something today.
It makes me wonder if he's just constantly trolling, dude.
Does it?
It's like, are you just like
fucking with me?
Fucking with all of us all the time?
Just,
like, are you just having fun with it?
I think so.
It's like, I aced the test. No one's ever aced the test before. They said, wow, I've never seen that. Never seen anybody ace that test.
Of all the doctors that gave me the test, they've all said they've never seen anything like it. It's the #1 test taker ever.
He's just stroking his ego and taking a troll on everyone.
He's like, the one place that I got hit was, there was no other place that I could have got hit that would have bled more. Not even the femoral artery.
No.
Not the head, not the neck, not the heart. I would have bled more from my ear than anywhere else.
To be fair,
and I was just like, Jesus Christ, dude.
I wish I could have been a fly in that fucking vehicle on the way to the hospital.
Yeah.
To hear Trump just going, motherfucker!
No. I want to hear how he really talks.
Right.
You know, like behind closed doors.
Right.
He'd be like, oh, if I fucking had his wife here, that guy that shot me, I'd grab her by the pussy. Like if he just had a hot mic or something.
Yo, Trump, hot mic!
Hot mic.
Yo, Donald!
Yo, Donnie
boy, hot mic!
Then there was the awkward moment. Can we talk about the kiss?
Oh, where he kisses the firefighter's helmet?
Yeah.
So
was that not awkward for you?
It was very awkward for me. So I want to say something. Absolutely, it's a horrible thing that this person lost their life. Showing respect to that human being that lost their life is an honorable thing, and that it should happen. Because
100% agreed.
Let's make that
absolutely 100% agreed.
Let's make that clear. I found it a little weird that it was like he was thanking him like he saved his life.
It was.
That's what it kind of felt like watching it to me. Now, I've just seen the clip of Trump with. I didn't watch the RNC. I just saw that clip, and that to me, like what it kind of got from that was like, "Thank you, protected me." Right? He didn't say that, but like with the kiss and everything, I was just like, "That's a little weird," but still.
Right.
Homage is due.
And turning this back around in his defense, I can understand maybe that's his way of showing respect.
Right.
He's going to kiss the helmet.
Right.
He's going to kiss, you know what I mean?
Just like his
Absolutely.
thank you.
I can't
Right,
imagine that if I were to, sit down and pay homage to, a fallen soldier that had
Or even
been
like-
involved in any sort of, that I had been involved with in any sort of
Right.
capacity, that I wouldn't sit there and maybe lean forward and kiss their helmet.
Or
I can get that, but it was just, I just didn't expect it. So it fucking threw me off.
Or
And I
like
don't know
if we threw a live event and somebody got shot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of as like I would feel bad.
Sure.
You know? Obviously, like you came to see me and you got capped.
Yeah.
Like that's
Right.
right. So like I could see that. Yeah.
Okay.
But it was weird.
It was a little strange.
It was a little strange.
It was just that
He was blowing a lot of kisses that night.
there was a lot of kisses.
He blew a kiss to Hulk Hogan.
He did.
Yeah.
I saw that.
He saw. All right.
I think that's just his way of kind of showing. I
think he's just a fucking weirdo,
I
dude.
care about you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Hey.
But I will say this: that amongst all of the politicians across the board, he's like the only politician that I've seen in a very long time get around children and not be incredibly fucking awkward. He's actually
That's
good with
true.
kids.
Yeah.
He's good with kids.
Yeah,
Got a lot of
that's
kids
true.
around him a lot.
He doesn't smell 'em a whole lot.
Doesn't smell them, doesn't sniff them up.
Doesn't grab them in inappropriate places.
No,
or at least
seriously.
that I've seen.
No, he seems to interact well, like normally, like a normal human would interact with any sort of child.
Yeah.
So that's, for that, I can commend him for it. It's not an awkward, even my wife said that. My wife was like, what, Trump, like when I've seen him around kids, he's actually like normal. And no other politician seems to be that way. They get real weird and
They're like,
awkward. and do,
hi, little kid.
hey there, little guy.
Hey there.
Little fella. Want some ice cream? You want a popsicle? You want a popsicle?
It's like, I'm breathing in your youth.
I remember feeling that boy's little hairy legs coming out of the water.
I would love it when the children would play with my hairy legs. They would say, oh, look at the hair on your legs.
Dude, fuck.
He had a rusty chain and a razor blade.
Okay. So,
Fucking off the rails.
what are your thoughts on people wearing the ear covering?
Okay. I think that's kind of stupid.
If you guys don't know this, if you didn't watch the RNC, there were multiple people in the audience, like hundreds, if not thousands of them, that had a patch over their right ear.
Yeah, a little
bandage.
A little bandage.
They had a little bandage over their right ear.
in solidarity with
In
Trump.
solidarity with Trump. So, here's my opinion.
Weird.
Weird, but you're allowed to do what you want to do.
Yeah, 100%.
Fucking America.
I'm also
So-
allowed to have an opinion on what you do.
Yep, indeed. Now, what I didn't like were the direction that the other party, the Democrats, decided to take this, and the direction that they decided to take it was this.
They all tweeted out we missed.
They all tweeted out. They said things like this. So you'll do this dumb shit, but you won't put a mask on for 15
Oh, I
minutes
love
inside of a
this.
grocery store.
I love that argument.
You'll do this, but you refuse to take a vaccine that would protect the rest of America.
Yes, for two reasons, and I'll tell you why. One, don't tell me what to do. And two, that's part of the dangerous freedom.
Yeah. So here's the difference. One was voluntary. You didn't have to put a bandage on your ear when you walked through the front doors of the RNC.
Absolutely fucking
People
not.
opted to do it to show solidarity with Trump. So they did.
So they did.
Kind of fucking retarded? Yeah. I
Sure,
wouldn't have,
in my opinion.
I wouldn't have put a bandage over
Yeah.
my I'd be like, nah, I'm cool. You can keep that. You know
I
what
thought
I mean?
it was respectful. More power to it.
More power to you.
Right.
You can do it.
You do you, boo-boo.
But here's the difference is we didn't get a fucking choice. Now, if we walked into a grocery store and we weren't
And they were
masked
like,
up, we
put
were
on
told
the
to
fucking ear pillow.
Yeah, we were told to
I'd be like, fuck off, dude. To be fair, if I was at the RNC and they were like, would you like your Trump solidarity ear bandage? I'd probably go, yeah, all right.
yeah.
Is
All
it
right.
free? Do I have to pay for it?
I'll
No.
take it.
Here, we'll put it on for you. Yeah, all right.
All right. I'll do that.
I might do it for fun. Who knows?
Just for funsies.
But if you're like, you have to put this on, I'm going to go, no, we're not.
we should have
doing
put one
that.
on for this podcast.
We should have.
Yeah, I just think that the argument is moot because one was voluntary and the other was
Right.
forced. So
Yeah.
y'all can go fuck yourselves.
Also, too, just to hammer on that point for just one little second, the conversations that I've had with individuals about the whole COVID nightmare that existed, they generally stem from, well, everybody wanted to be safe and we wanted to make sure everybody stayed safe. And it's like, no, honey. No, honey. That's what going out in public means, is you risk potentially getting harmed.
Yeah.
Like you have to protect yourself. And hopefully there are more good people than bad people.
Yep.
That's why we need to allow good people to be able to protect themselves.
Right.
But you're also going into a grocery store.
Yeah.
And even if you have a mask, people are still touching the goods that you're touching.
Yeah. They're fucking retarded.
Your fear does not change my freedom.
No, it doesn't. That was the whole point. And you're in an era. Yeah. It'd be one thing if it was like 1943. But you were in an era where you could never, ever have to leave your house and get all the things that you ever needed. So if you don't feel safe because nobody out there is wearing that little mask that you think is going to protect you from the almighty COVID, then here's a novel idea. Hop on DoorDash and order your goods direct to your door.
Right.
And that DoorDash employee, if they want to work for DoorDash, is going to walk up
and drop your shit off.
Wearing gloves and a mask all at the same time.
Yeah.
And probably have some protocol to sanitize his hands every 10 minutes and doing all the things that are going to protect you before your food is fucking dropped off. Now, food is going to be dropped off after being touched by guys like me that are probably walking around with COVID inside of a grocery store.
But you mean like Biden, the super spreader, the day before he announced that he was sick with COVID, walking around hugging and kissing people? That guy? The super spreader? The guy who's vaccinated and still got COVID?
Yeah. Do you know
that guy?
You know he has COVID right now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the day before it was like announced on Twitter that he had COVID, he was like, there are photos and videos of him like with people.
Just
like,
running around, spreading the juices.
And it's like, oh, so you're what we would classify as a super spreader, according to COVID.
That's an act of terrorism.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
According to what people were spouting during the COVID regulations.
That would be an act of terrorism.
According to the people that were tweeting, many celebrities and political figureheads, as well as news anchors, according to them, they would consider the president of the United States currently that he should be thrown into an internment camp and or unalived. That is according to them and the things that they were saying about people who were spreading COVID.
They were calling it terrorism.
Yes.
Yeah. They were straight up saying it's like,
I just had to be very careful about wording that.
No, 100%. Yeah, but that's what they were calling it. That was the word that they
calling
used.
Them terrorists.
It was akin to them.
You heard it here first. The president's a terrorist.
It would be akin to them putting anthrax on an envelope and mailing it out.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Joe the Terry is what we call him.
Joe the Terry. My favorite part.
Jihadi Joe is what he's been called.
He said this was pretty fucking funny too. He said, he's like, Biden, now this is the last time I'll say his name. I'll never say it again. So we got to account for that. So I want everybody to just to watch, see if he ever says the word Biden again in public. Because he said, I will not say it again. I'll never say it again. I'll never say his name. This is the last time I'll ever say his name. Biden. That's it. It's the last time. And then he goes on to talk about it. But he's like, I won't do it anymore.
I won't do it anymore.
I won't say it ever again. So I'm going to be watching. That would be kind of fun.
I wonder if he's just referring to like the RNC.
Just the RNC, yeah, maybe.
Most likely.
Because I watched the rest of it and I don't think he said it again. Yeah. So he was a man of his word.
But what if he just straight up never said Biden?
That would be metal. That would be gangster.
That'd be so fucking hard.
That would be.
He's just like,
he'd be like, I told you that I wouldn't during the RNC and I will never say it again.
Why would I, Joe?
Why? He just says Joe.
Just Joe.
Sleepy Joe. SJ, Sierra Juliet. So the other thing is now that you saw the reports coming out that Pistol Pelosi
and dude?
Barack Obama have had their meet and greet. And members of the Democratic Party, including those inside of President Biden's own orbit, are calling for him to step down.
Paraphrase.
I will paraphrase. The article said this, which is really interesting. They came out, one of his, not constituents, but one of his cohorts, somebody in his orbit, one of the senators in his orbit said, we have to increase, it is his duty to step down so that we can increase the likelihood of Democrats winning this term for presidency. Now, what is wrong with that statement? Like, hey, like we need to increase our odds. We have to get the guy who is already elected to be in the primary. He is the guy running, right? He is the guy that was elected in the primary by the United States of America, by the Americans in this country.
Supposedly.
Right? To operate in the primary as the next president of the United States in the primary election. And so was Trump. So for them at this point in time, now I get it. He hasn't like officially like gotten up and like accepted his bid as running mate of the next president and all that. They do all that stuff in the RNC. But for him to be the person that is supposed to be representing the Democratic Party and for them to say, hey, you are going to step down so that we can increase our likelihood of winning a Democratic election, a Democratic president in this Democratic election, to me is election fraud. What you're saying is the person who's been elected that should be running for president in order to increase our odds, it was the way that it was worded.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with, hey, this guy's not fit to be president. It had nothing to do with that. The entire quote was, we need to increase our likelihood to win. Therefore, the guy that's been elected into the primaries should not be allowed to run in the primaries.
Interesting.
Dude, that's is
weird.
modifying and rigging a fucking election. He's already there. You have no choice. Take him or fucking leave him. Or word it like this, you fucking idiot. Why don't we pick somebody whose mental state is of the capacity to be the president of the United States?
Because I don't know, can they like officially, like, can they say
They don't
that?
want to say that.
Well,
so they
what
say other things like I just said.
What I just started thinking about is how much of a shit show is it really more than we actually see? And how much are they covering up? You know what I mean?
Right.
How much of an absolute disaster is it that they're covering up so much that now they're finally getting to the point where they have to admit it?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Curious thoughts.
Curious thoughts.
Curious thoughts.
Just saying. So here's my hypothesis. This is what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
What I think is going to happen is in my opinion. Now I'm not some fortune teller. I cannot see the future, but it is looking very heavily like they are going to replace him.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen.
I fully.
I wouldn't be surprised if they like let him kick the bucket, dude.
Yeah, just stop treating him.
Yeah.
Let
Sleepy Joe finally take
almighty
the long nap.
COVID kind of take its toll. I don't know what happened. It must have been COVID. Yeah. Well, I mean, imagine the president of the United States being taken out by COVID. If that's not a recipe for COVID 2.0, look what it did to Biden. COVID's coming back. We've all got to mask back up again.
Oh my God.
I just, I don't know. I say let the dude stay in there, dig his own grave, right?
Yeah.
Lose the election. And we'll get back to
I don't
freedom.
even know if you'll be able to take it from Trump at this point.
What's that?
The election.
Regardless of who comes in?
Yeah.
I think that it would.
You can try.
I think it would stimulate the base because I think there's a lot of Democrats out there that don't like him either.
Yeah.
My wife doesn't like him.
Rightfully so.
Right.
The guy's a moron.
Yeah. My wife doesn't like him. My parents don't like him. Like anybody that I know that's a Democrat, personally that I know that's a Democrat, does not like Biden.
His brain has been mush his entire presidency.
100%.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: if they do this, people are going to go, "Oh, there is hope.
Oh snap! Yeah,
There is hope.
There is hope
I want
in my
there to be
blue
no
party."
fucking hope.
Right.
I want them to vote independent. Take that vote away from the Democratic Party. Give it to RFK Jr. Make sure that we secure the election. And here's the other thing: the Republican Party. When I was going on and on about how some dude in his orbit said we have to remove him from the ballot and put somebody else on the ballot so that we have a better chance of winning, that shouldn't have said that. Well, you know what else shouldn't have been said?
Chocolate chip. I don't know what.
No. Trump during the RNC debate towards the end of not debate, but during his speech.
Convention, yeah, whatever it is.
During his speech. Towards the end, he said, "Oh, by the way, Wisconsin, we are putting $250 million back into your economy. We are doing X, Y, and Z to do those things, and I am going to buy your vote. I will pay for it." I was like, God damn it, don't say that. Don't say that. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. I heard that and I was like, oh, fuck.
I mean, really, if you think about it, that's all.
That's
they
all
do.
it is, though.
That's all they do on stage anyway.
That's
they
all it
say
is.
What they're.
These
Oh,
guys.
we're actually going to dump this much money in the economy. We're going to solve these problems in these states. Swear to you, it's what we're going to do. I know I'm taking on Trump's accent, but they do it all. All of them do it. Every single one of them.
I don't know if I've ever had such a switch in opinion in such a short period of time. Now that you kind of said that,
Yeah.
that's all they do anyway.
That's
they
all
buy
they-
votes.
it's
so all
that's all it is.
So all he's doing is admitting it.
Yeah. He's just saying it. It's like when Hillary
Yeah.
called him out for playing the tax code, and he's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, the tax code that you put into place, dumb
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. Which I
All right.
respect.
Yeah. All right. So change of thought there.
Yeah.
A complete change of thought
Yeah.
there. Yeah. All right. Well, I got nothing else.
I don't either.
We said that we were going to do this
Oh, yeah. Completely forgot
thing,
about
but
that.
we're not going to do this
Maybe
thing.
we'll talk about it next time.
We're going to talk about it next time. This amazing, we did a video on it. It should be released soon, but we're going to talk about it, and we're going to do a deep dive in the podcast about the MMP.
As of right now, it's
The-
a 40-minute video that I've got just rough cut. So it
Damn.
might take a minute before it comes out.
Got it. It's the MMP 2.0 versus the staccato versus the high point, and it came out really, really cool.
good.
We got a lot of data,
Yeah.
and we'll just talk about it next time because
Yep.
we're already into it for like an hour and a half.
And I got to go punch Jake in the face.
Yep, he's got to go punch me in the face. And with that, we bid thee
Aquif.
Aquif.